Now for the big reveal, our chart of the week. It's Meta, up 24.5% since Monday for the stock's best week in almost a decade. Shares soaring after the company announced its biggest ever round of layoffs on Wednesday and keeping up the momentum amid the broader market rally. Steve, you called for a bounce earlier in the week. After what we've seen take place, do you take your profits and run or stick with it?
Yeah, so when I'm looking at these, I like to watch retracements, Sarah. I like to play technicals on stocks, and this was just jumping out at me as a stock that had bottomed and wanted to retrace a lot of that downward move. The first initial retracement gets you to $115, which is what we've seen. And where people sell stocks is between the 50% and the 618. So not to get too wonky, you have about another $5 to the upside. Risk reward, if you bought it this week, you could lighten up. I'm staying long my position. I think you're going to see this stock continue its rally with the rest of the market into year end. So we could probably get back to that 130, 135 mark, in my opinion.
Tim, do you agree or not so fast again?
Well, yeah, I do, because I'm long, and I was buying in the 130s, and I expect we're going to get back there, and maybe that's a place to trade out of it. But the fundamentals I heard this week wasn't just about a $40 billion market cap gain by cutting 11% of your workforce. I heard a CEO that said not only my fault, but a CEO that I think will show a lot more restraint on metaverse. And I've said this, I'll say it again. If they said no mas on metaverse right now, the stock would soar. I think they have significant OPEX attached to security and costs that have grown over the last few years, but they have major CapEx of 35 to 40 billion that I think that they could cut. And I think this is an interesting time to own the stock.